Well, in an effort to snap a 4-game losing streak at home, Arizona State falls short to in-state rival Arizona as the Wildcats defeat the Sun Devils by a final score of 81-72. As you take a look at the final box score, Wildcats continue their dominance in this incredibly difficult Big 12 conference. Arizona now improves to 15-6 on the season. For more on this game, let's go ahead and welcome you inside our CBS Sports HQ studios. I'm Jordan Giorgio alongside our own BJ Taylor. You know, this was a thrilling game. It was quite the game. It stayed tight throughout until really the final minutes of this one. Despite the loss, what really impressed you with how Arizona State was able to stay in this one? Yeah, well, I mean, coming into their own building in a rivalry game, Arizona had been absolutely on fire with the way they had been playing. Huge momentum coming off their last win against Iowa State, the best team in the Big 12. Where Caleb Love made a 55-footer to force overtime. And Arizona State really stifled a lot of that momentum for the majority of the first half going into the second half. Bobby Hurley had his group ready to play. Bashir Jihad continued his stellar play on this season. BJ Freeman, great name, by the way, BJ. He continued to be outstanding, 19 points on the afternoon. Did a great job making shots from the outside, about 12 of 34 from the three-point line. So really encouraging signs for the Arizona State Sun Devils today. Just a little too much give on the board. They lost the rebound margin by +10. It's hard to do and win at home. If you're Arizona State, still opportunities moving forward. Kansas State is their next game at home. Very winnable. They go on the road to Stillwater, Oklahoma, where they'll face Oklahoma State, a winnable game. So they have a chance to put together 2 in a row if they can move past this game and take the good things they did into future conference games. Most definitely. And I think we all can say that they have an actual legitimate chance to make a run at the tournament. But what really happens? What needs to improve? I know you mentioned a few things there, but what's number one? What's priority as they continue on? Well, if you're talking strategically on the basketball court, they got to do a better job of being a rebounding team, a better rebounding team. They've struggled right now with teams that have some size inside. They give up way too many offensive boards, and when you give up those old boards lead to second chance points, which leads to extra opportunities. You can't give the upper half of the Big 12 those type of opportunities. Second, we talked about this earlier. Quad 1 wins. Arizona State is going to have to pick up more Quad 1 wins. I know that's your new favorite term, but that is what they're going to have to do in February, right? We're going to start putting up those resumes. We're going to start looking and seeing how many Quad 1 wins do you have? What's your best win? What's your worst loss? Arizona State still has opportunities on the back half of their schedule in the 3rd best conference in college basketball to pick up some significant Quad 1 wins, but they're going to have to do a few of those on the road. So it's going to be a challenge for Bobby Hurley and his club, but as they say, you're telling me there's a chance. Yeah, I'm telling you there's a chance, Tempe. All right, we're looking forward to it. I mean, we'll see what they're able to do and improve upon as they will now see Kansas State on Tuesday. Let's now talk about Arizona. As you kind of look at the team comparison here, they are playing some of their best basketball of the season. As we kind of wrap here with you, BJ, we're going to send it out to Bill Raftery, who had a front row seat to this game. What has really impressed you most about Arizona's game as of lately? It's been the turnaround in their defensive effort, right? This Arizona team was a team early on in the season who struggled to get stops, and they've done a much better job. As you see here today, they held Arizona State to 37% from the field. That's a winning number, as well as they've done such a better job at being effective in the paint, scoring around the rim. Today, they're off the bench front court. Henry Vsau had 11 points. They got another 8 from Carter Bryant. They're one of their younger players. Good job by this Arizona front court to make an impact on the game. All right, for more on this game, let's go ahead and say hello to our own Bill Raftery, who had a front row seat to this in-state rivalry game between Arizona State and Arizona. Bill, it is so great to see you. Let's start with your initial takeaways from this one.
Well, I'm happy I wasn't ejected from the game. I may be the only one. It was pretty heated coming down the stretch. Sort of marred a wonderful effort by both teams. The execution was great on both ends, and solid defense, aggressive, meaningful performance. You knew a lot was at stake, in particular for Arizona State. But it sort of took away the energy the last couple of minutes when things struggled and got a little bit out of hand. But Arizona is for real. They've got a lot of different people who can step up. Today, Caleb Love was magnificent. Bryant was sensational. Vasar. I mean, they have so many people. We talked going into the game about KJ Lewis being a great defender. They all contribute. Whereas Bradley dribble drive. I mean, this is a team that's getting better as the year progresses.
Well, you mentioned him, so I got to ask you about him. What impressed you most about Caleb Love on that court today?
I thought he let the game come to him. He was busy without the ball. He set up his dribble drive game early when they were hugging him on the three-point line. So he didn't rush things and didn't let the game sort of evolve and come to him. So I just think probably coaches chatting with him, players trying to get him to understand the concepts that we can get you the ball in good spots where you can dominate. And that was one of his better efforts. I mean, at Carolina, I saw him do some great things, but this was pretty special.
Most definitely. Bill Raftery, it's always great to chat with you after these exciting, thrilling games, especially in the Big 12 Conference. And there you see what Caleb Love was able to do, not only today at ASU, but also the past game against Iowa State, the top team in the Big 12 Conference. He's let the game come to him, as Bill Raftery explained there to us. Last two games just absolutely on fire, and he will look to continue this level of play as Arizona sees BYU next.